Chapter 9, 195. Wilbur smiled faintly and looked at the tomb. He saw a rectangular hall. There were more than 10 monstrous statues on the sides of the hall. The statues were 2 meters high with human bodies and dog heads. The fangs were sharp, and they looked kind of ferocious. At the end of the hallway was another stone door. It was apparent that they were at the entrance of the tomb. Wilbur glanced at the statues, then looked at Bassan. Bassan arrogantly shot a glance at Wilbur before he led his son inside. Wilbur smiled slightly and followed them with Ryder. They walked into the center of the hall. Suddenly, the statues started to crack. Wilbur could not believe that the statues were moving. "Ghost statues," said Ryder in a low voice. Wilbur nodded. The ghost statues were creations of a spell. A powerful spell cultivator could engrave spell formations and runes on the statues, enabling them to fight. It was a very amazing spell. Bassan clearly noticed it too, but he did not panic. He placed his palms together and started to chant a spell. It seemed to be an indecipherable ancient spell. It must be an exclusive spell system from their tribe. The way he activates spells through ancient chanting was similar to foreign magicians. The ghost statues came to life. They started to roar as the runes on them lit up brightly. They sprinted towards Wilbur and the others. Wilbur formed a spiritual hammer in his hand. He communicated with Ryder through spirit energy. "We don't know what's ahead. Conserve your energy." Ryder nodded silently. The tunnel was not suitable for cannons, so he did not bring any firearms. He left them in the car. He formed a spiritual battle axe in his hand. He must use a heavy weapon against the statues, so his alloy dagger was practically useless. Goma stood next to his father. An aura enveloped the machete in his hand. He looked serious. They were ready for battle in mere seconds. The ghost statues sprinted toward them during that time. Bassan also completed his spell. A powerful spiritual pressure washed out from him, and a stone giant was roughly 3 meters high appeared. He summoned the stone giant. It was an advanced spell. Bassan was able to summon 2 giants at once, so his powers were not to be underestimated. The battle immediately broke out. The ghost statues sprinted toward Wilbur. Wilbur smashed through them with his hammer. The ghost statue blocked the attack with its arm, and the hammer only caused minor damage to the arm. Wilbur frowned. Although he had only used the strength of a beginner ambience-level cultivator, he was quite surprised by the level of defense the ghost statue had. Therefore, he elevated his strength to an intermediate ambiance-level cultivator, and he made another smashing attack. The ghost statue was pushed back slightly. However, 2 ghost statues immediately sprinted toward him. Wilbur fought them while maintaining a certain level of strength. The way he wielded his huge hammer seemed impressive. The battle was very intense. Wilbur chose to conserve his energy because he did not know what was awaiting ahead. A sanctuary-level cultivator would not last more than 10 minutes when they unleashed their domain. The exhaustion of spiritual energy when fighting full force would be terrifying. Therefore, battles between powerful cultivators tend to be very quick. However, if a sanctuary-level cultivator could control their strength, they could keep fighting for a long while. Wilbur was equally as powerful as the ghost statues with an intermediate ambience-level strength. Ryder was a peak ambience-level cultivator, so it was not hard for him to fight the ghost statues. They stood back to back and fought off several ghost statues.